Morning, everyone. This is Reverend Catherine Morrow with Wellness in Christ, and our biblical tip of the day comes from Hebrews 3, chapter 3, verses 14 through 15, and it goes like this. We have become partners of Christ if only we hold the beginning of the reality firm until the end, for it is said, "Oh, that today you would hear his voice, harden not your hearts as at the rebellion in the day of testing in the desert." So our biblical tip of the day is the voice of Christ. We all have that voice. We all have that voice, that Christ consciousness that lives within each and every one of us. And if we softened it, if we love it, if we are willing to be able to put aside the ego and listen to it carefully, listen to the words of God that are coming forth through you. You know, we all can be the change that our world is looking for. We just have to tap into that part of us, that deep essence of God, the truth of who we are, that Christ consciousness. And, you know, because we really are partners in Christ. We are definitely all partners. We are all part of the solution that can bring forth in our world. We just have to tap into that voice, that truth of who we are. And once we do that, and once we start taking the action and living that truth, we literally can change the world. That is powerful. That is so powerful. But we have to soften our hearts. Our hearts are so covered with so much pain, maybe anger, maybe grief, but there's so many veils covering the layers of the truth, that true consciousness of Christ that lives within us. And we have to peel away those layers. It's really time. It's time for us to soften those hearts and just be the love that this whole world is waiting for. So that's our biblical tip of the day, is to be the Christ, live the Christ, and soften your hearts and send forth the love that the world is so hurting and needing right now. You know, all this unrest and this distrust and all this anger and violence, it's all because we're looking for love, each and every one of us, and we're hurting so bad. So why don't you today lift those veils of the heart and be the love that maybe just your family's looking for, or maybe your neighbors or your community. But let's try. Let's really try to get to the deep essence of that Christ that lives within us and be that love. So this is Reverend Catherine Morrow with Wellness in Christ, connecting us all to the Christ within. God bless.